Considering the challenges many face with high interest debt and living paycheck to paycheck, what are the principles of effective debt management and balancing short-term needs with long-term financial security? I am sure the person who drafted this question is joking. So welcome to Subramani. Look at this question. Living challenges faced with high interest debt and living paycheck to paycheck, full stop. Do they know that they're borrowing at high interest rate? No, they don't know that they're borrowing at high interest rate because the loans are available at a click of a button. Or accumulations like credit card, right? You accumulate all your expenses on a credit card and pay it off on the due date. That is, you're using the credit card as an accumulator. Or you say, oh, I will pay in installments. Welcome to the world of 42% interest, and the market needs you. The lenders are growing at 30% per annum or 28% CAGR. How can this happen if people didn't borrow to get married, take a vacation, take a honeymoon, buy a house, buy a car, buy a fridge, buy anything, right? Buy a sari. Even for sari, I saw in a sari shop, I saw one guy hanging around, and I said, this share is worth buying, right? So anyway, that's my point of view. But how can one stop, right? How can principles of effective debt management and balancing short-term needs with long-term financial security? Honestly, are people worried about long-term financial security? I see 45-year-olds who have not even started thinking about retirement, right? I see people who are neck deep, eyebrow deep in debt for their day-to-day living, that suddenly when they get an opportunity to do something and they have to pay 50,000 rupees, there is absolutely nobody they can turn to, right? So if you have rich parents, then it's something different. Maybe your parents taught you not to borrow, right, or to borrow within your capacity. But there are a lot of people who don't have any of that discipline. So are they thinking about their retirement, which could happen in 10 years? No, they are not thinking. So to think that there is a short-term requirement and a long-term financial security which are at conflict itself is wrong. A few people think, they worry, they then go to sleep, right? So the wife says, oh, you have not done anything for retirement. So they go the next day morning, they're flying somewhere. They see this book on the shelf. Sorry, you can't see it. CNBC has got out of business. They're no longer in the publishing business. This book is not available. So they pick up some book on retirement which is available, and then they tell their wife, see, I bought a book on retirement. Doesn't mean anything. Then book is kept in the shelf, rest in peace. So are people worried about old age, retirement, etc.? Yes, there is a small portion which is bothered, but about 99% of the country's population is not bothered. So are you seeking a solution? This is not a query asked by an individual. This is a query asked by an individual on behalf of society, right? So I am not here to answer questions on behalf of society, because the day this guy is in trouble, he will come falling at somebody's feet, who will say how to restructure the debt and what to do, etc. But he'll go back to, most of these people are like alcoholics. Like you have Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm very happy to create a debtors or credit debtors anonymous, or whatever you want to call them, or borrowers anonymous, and teach them how de-addict them. But none of this works, because I see these 45-year-old who has no money for retirement, not even thought about retirement. They got a child who is in school, but nothing changes in their standard of living. They still have a car, they buy a 1.5 lakh rupee phone, 30,000 rupee watch, right? Nothing changes in their lifestyle, but they keep saying, oh God, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. They know these words and concepts, but they don't want a solution. So don't ask questions on behalf of society. Please ask questions on your own behalf. Say, I am living paycheck to paycheck. What should I do? That solution is possible. If you ask generally what is to be done, I don't know whether people really want a solution. Thank you.